Do I need a financial advisor for my pension? Okay, so to clarify, I'm going to be talking about UK pensions and US pensions to some extent as well. In the United Kingdom, you have a very definitive law and rule from the UK government. For all defined benefit or final salary pensions, as they're also known, you will legally need a financial advisor in order to help you complete a decision on transferring that defined benefit scheme or not. Now, they not only have to be a financial advisor, they also have to be authorized and regulated pension transfer specialist with the correct certifications in order to complete that transfer for you. So defined benefit pensions, yes, you need a financial advisor, there is no choice. With defined contribution pensions in the United Kingdom, technically speaking, you can transfer a defined contribution pension yourself. You can go online to AJ Bell, you can go do what you want, you can complete all the transfer forms yourself, and you can do it all yourself. Now, the bigger question comes though, necessarily why would you want to do that yourself? Now, obviously, for a defined contribution scheme, it's a very low value and you're just consolidating some old pots, maybe 1k here, 2k there, 5k there, and you have £20,000 in total. It may actually well be that no financial advisor can actually work with you because at that level, it's just simply not possible for them to complete the compliance and diligence that they need to do. However, for the majority of clients with defined contribution pensions, well, 99.9% of the clients we see come from our website, doing it themselves, I wouldn't say is necessarily the best option for them. And I have to say that some clients do often say, oh, I'm going to go and do this myself. 6 months later, they come back. And actually all they've done in those 6 months is erode value by having stayed in default funds, their defined contribution scheme for a long period of time, and then not really got anywhere in terms of their financial planning. The bigger question though is that it's not just pensions, okay? Isolating one thing out like, oh, do I need a financial advisor for my will? Do I need a financial advisor for my pensions? Do I need a financial advisor for my ISA? Do I need a financial advisor for my GIA? Do I need a financial advisor for cash flow planning? It's kind of like these things are not separate. With a good financial advisory firm, they should all come as one. And this is what Consumer Duty is doing in the UK. Here at Cameron James, we've always been holistic financial planners. We don't just help people with one thing. We help people with everything inside their financial planning. So the idea that, do I need a financial advisor for my pension? I say the bigger question is, do you need a financial advisor for your life? Do you need an advisor to help you plan your route out? Do you understand when can you retire? How much income do you have? How that money is going to grow? How your state benefits are going to add into your pot. That is the most integral part of being a financial planner. It's not just about investing the money. Yes, when we're doing a defined contribution or facilitating defined benefit pension transfer, there's a huge amount of work that goes into the initial advice process, and that's very, very important. But it's arguable what happens after that is even more important. How does the money grow? How is it managed? So yes, the underlying funds, but here at Cameron James, we're never saying that we're trying to outperform the market. We're around 80% passive in our portfolios and 20% active. A lot of people would say, well, if it's 80% passive, then what am I paying for? But even within passive, there's no passive investing. How do you decide what geographical splits you're gonna have? How are you gonna build that passive portfolio? That's active, that's mindset. Unless you just pick the MSCI World one ETF fund and hold it for the rest of the 20 years of your life, you could do that. But otherwise, every other type of passive strategy involves some type of active management. And we have around 20% of the portfolio which is active because there are some fund managers out there, there's not many of them, there's some fund managers out there who can outperform the market and have done so over a prolonged period of time, which is very rare in the industry. So in the UK, as I said, legally, DBs, yes, you have to have a financial advisor, DCs, you don't. But I don't think that should be the question. I don't think you say, do I legally need to do this or not? It's a question of, do you want to? And should you? And the main thing that will always stop people from taking financial advice is cost. Can you go and write a contract yourself for your employees? Yes. Would you? No, because you'll screw it up. You'll make it wrong. Can you go and fix your car yourself? Yes, but would you? Most people, no. Because people don't understand what they're doing with their car. But when it comes to financial planning, for some reason, people start to think, oh, I can manage this myself and I know what I'm doing. And this is where it starts to get interesting. And I can actually attest to this myself in my younger years, in my early 20s, think, oh, maybe I'll do a bit of stock picking. Maybe I'll choose this, maybe I'll choose that. In all of my experience of every single client portfolio I've seen, I've probably seen 1,500 client portfolios over the past 13, 14 years. Every single time a client has done stock picking, they've just eroded value in their portfolio. And they might say, oh, well, yeah, my stock picking didn't go so bad. I had a 500 grand and I ended up with like 510, so I had like a 10 grand profit. And I'm like, yeah, over the biggest bull run in history in the economy. So what you actually lost out on was £300,000 by dicking around yourself. And we always say to our clients, there's nothing wrong with dicking around, as I like to refer to it. Everyone can say, oh, I really like this company. A lot of people, when Tesla was going mad, I really believe in Tesla. That's fine. Go and invest in Tesla in your ISA or your stocks and shares ISA or whatever it is, or your GIA account. But the bulk of your finances, I'd say 95% of your finances, you shouldn't be stock picking. If you want to do it with a small 5%, no problem. If it goes wrong, it's not going to protect your finances. If it goes right, it makes you feel good. But again, it's not going to overly affect your finances. So I think that's the easiest way to break it down for you guys. And obviously I'm rather biased because I work for a financial planning firm, but it's a little bit like everyone else, professionals, accountants, lawyers, doctors. We can go online and prescribe ourselves, oh, I think I have these symptoms. But when something's serious, you go to a doctor. And when you have a car, if anyone has a £500,000 car, I just can't imagine any of those people investing £500,000 in a car and on the first service saying, you know what, I'm not going to take it to an authorized dealer, I'm going to do it myself. Why wouldn't they do that? One of the main reasons is, if they were ever to sell that car, someone would look at it and say, so you bought a Lamborghini, then you didn't service it at the Lamborghini garage and you did it yourself. And the person's like, yeah, I read a YouTube tutorial and just did it myself. They'll be like, well, I'm not buying your car because it will probably break. But the difference with a pension is you're never going to sell it to anyone. No one's ever going to come buy it from you. You are going to keep that pension forever. So you will allow your emotional biases to creep in forever. So say you manage your pension pot for, like the example I just gave, of clients who've had 10 grand's worth of growth in a massive bull run, they will justify to themselves, oh, well, I haven't lost any money. Their human emotion then comes in to protect themselves from the original human emotion they had in terms of stock picking. And you end up in this like bias circle as a client. What you need is someone to be independent and tell you that's a terrible idea, don't do that, or do that with a very small amount of your money. So what comes with a financial planner is not just to do with your pensions, it's everything inside that. And that might even just be things that are completely irrelevant to your pension. My financial advisors are always helping clients with things. Oh, my son, my daughter, university fees, this, that, my state pension. Should I pay my missed national insurance contributions? These are all things that you can have as an ongoing conversation as part of your financial advisory relationship. And for 1% per annum, that's a hell of a lot that you get in terms of projecting your finances and making them better over the course of the years. So defined benefit, yes, you legally have to. Defined contribution, no, you don't have to. But I would always, irrelevant of whether you do or don't have to by law, I would ask the deeper questions of the value you get from financial planning. And if you're not sure about the value you're going to get, ask. There are a lot of financial advisors who don't really seem to do a very lot in the UK, which is why Consumer Duty has come in such a big thing now. Here at Cameron James, we're very hot, and we're actually launching a couple of videos today talking about what our forward planning meeting each year looks at for our clients, how they get value from it, and effectively, what are you getting in return for your 1% per annum. Okay, as always, take care of your UK pension assets.